Welcome, everybody. Yes, the GG.bet Ice Challenge live here in London. We do have the Union Jack flying everywhere here, except for at that one place where I did see them remove it. But we're not going to get into that. An interesting time here. I will admit that Matt brought up a very interesting point. The first time that they voted on that, we were here for Face It. So
that's a good point. That is exactly when.
Super wild stuff. Either way, make sure if you are in chat using !GG.bet. I'm just kidding. There are no drops, but you can still spam. That's completely okay. In the meantime, we do have the rest of the series. We do have Mousesports taking on the Mad Lions. And right now, Mousesports pull it back in overtime in the first map of Mirage.
Yeah, they didn't look too good getting into that point of overtime. It was looking like Mousesports were going to drop off. The tactical prowess of Mad Lions was actually overwhelming them at points, but they took a couple of ecos, got it to overtime. They looked like the much better team to close things out. Now we move to Dust 2. Now, the thing to note the most, I think, the thing we can take away from Mirage is the fragging capability of Mousesports. It did seem like it's heads and shoulders above Mad Lions. I feel like on Dust 2, their map pick, unless Mad Lions get some crazy good start here, it looks like Mousesports should be able to 2-0 this one, but should being a very operative word there. As we get into the knife round, doesn't really have too many implications attached to it because it doesn't matter if you start CT or T. Most teams will opt for the CT side, but it doesn't really have the same knock-on effect as a nuke or a train, for example. So we'll see a very slow knife round go down here. They're waiting all the way at T-spawn. You don't love to see this too often.
So I put out a tweet, and I'd give it a little bit of thought. Not like all the tweets that you normally put out. You put out some that are pretty trash. This one I put out was kind of just teetering the idea of what if we got away with knife rounds or got rid of them, right? Except for on the third map on Decider. But then again, I also think there's a little bit of nostalgia in having a knife round. I think that that's a little bit of a special delicacy that Counter-Strike does deliver.
Yeah, we don't really have many things left from the old days. The knife round's still there. This one seems to be a little bit more
drawn out, perhaps?
Yeah, not really sure what's happening here. A lot of typing going on.
A lot of typing going on.
We don't have access to that right now, but I assume it's fine. Looks like they're good to go. Just sorting out a headset issue, I'd imagine.
Probably typing, you come over here. No, you come over here.
Yeah, I think long is traditional, so it makes sense as the stabs will be going in favor of Mousesports there. They will start on the CT side. Presumably, you don't have to if you're really feeling it. You want to dictate the pace on the T side, but you normally want your opposition to set their target first. It is considered a slightly T-sided map, I guess, in today's game. Very spawn-based dependent. One of the few maps you can say that about. And we'll see if Hunter wants to exploit that or just go for the full-on barrage of A executions here, which I'm expecting. Mid-splits, executions, and lots of fakes to come in.
And the man with the plan right there, Hunden, live and in the flesh in London. Trying to get it done here in their opener against Mousesports. Of course, they do falter that first map. Now they get the chance at redemption, vindication, whatever you want to call it, redeem themselves here on Dust 2. The GG.bet odds will be indicative to that of Mousesports being... What is a favorite going into this one? However, they were kind of pushed around a little bit there on Mirage, so perhaps they can carry some of that over. A lot of mid-aggression here for Mousesports to start this map off. And quite the fight Chris J pulls himself into. He's going to be outnumbered and outgunned. Rops and Frozen are really going to be doing a little bit of cleanup duty. And that leaves us at even strength. 3 versus 3 here, very early on in the round.
Very early on indeed. Mad Lions with 1 minute 30 on the clock still. They've got themselves a couple of flashes and access towards the A side, but here comes Carrigan. Bit of a pistol master himself, but doesn't connect the dots on this particular interaction. He will be taken down by Bubsky. The PT-50 whips around and removes him from his perch, as we'll see Rob's now. Decent flashbang from his teammate, looking to find a couple of kills. If he nails this one, they're right back in the round, which he does. 2 versus 1, and the pit, that'll be covered by Shush, but unfortunately for him, it's not the best possible plan. The full defuse could come in here from this position.
He's got
a Glock at that range. I think he's got it. I don't think there's any way. Even if you dink him now, it's not going to work out.
How about that?
There's the dink. You can see, even if he dinked him when he was defusing, he would have survived.
That's crazy stuff right there.
Yeah, if he had the PT-50, I can accept it. But the Glock, I would be defusing that straight away as well. Rops gives him the 2 kills to enable defuse there. As soon as he fires the Glock from the actual pit position as well, you're going to go for it.
You might as well, yeah. That kit really does help. And that's the moral of the story, kids. Don't be a loser. Buy your diffuser.
As we say in the UK, don't be a tits, buy a kit.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
It's very UK sounding.
It's
not
is.
Bad.
I haven't said that in about 10 years, but there it is.
Welcome back, man.
Yeah.
Here at GG.bet Ice Challenge, we are making you all feel very youthful today. Henry, no different.
Yeah, we do a lot of Counter-Strike events out of this place. Starting to feel like home.
Twickenham.
Twickenham, yeah.
Twickenham.
Yeah. Birmingham, Twickenham.
Birmingham,
Alabama,
Arkansas. Do love my mom and pa. Bubsky loves the AK, and wow, what a shot there. Woxic's going to really just get absolutely pummeled. They didn't check the pit. That's going to be a little bit of a detriment here. Couple spams coming in there from Frozen, as well as 2 frags.
It's a dink on the third.
Yeah, that was a good little spot there from Frozen. Good little hold. But for the time being, it's still going to be a 2 versus 3. They're going to cross over to this bomb site. Rob's really going for it. They're really Wing through the smoke.
Yeah, that was the one chance there. The flashbang with a teammate, hoping he could get 1, maybe 2 kills on low HP players, but ultimately nothing found. The bomb planted in that pistol, coming down to 1 versus 1. They can justify Galil's 1 AK-47. The Galil now only $1,800, so very viable in the second round. It makes it so difficult on the second of the CT side to hold on, especially comes down to a 1 versus 1 in the previous as well, as we'll see it go in favor of Mad Lions. They'll save a UMP. That's Chris J. They will have to force buyback themselves. You'll see Scouts, Deagles, all sorts of things like that. And Mousesports will have to buy back if they can. In terms of the weapons taken to the next round, Mad Lions will find an M4, the AK-47, the Scouts, which did find an amazing shot through the door to kick things off as well. So they'll be more than happy to take the next round. Here's the replays for you, or the shots of the team, whatever you really fancy, to be honest. We've got it all. We can provide both.
We've got it all here. You know, no one, I heard him talking about it earlier, but we haven't brought it up just yet. It would be like the Zorro sound effects.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly what it is. I saw that film when it first came out in the cinema.
Zorro?
Someone's birthday party. I've got very vivid memories.
What were you, like 6 years old?
Yeah. Same time, the year after, it was like Wild Wild West came out of Will Smith.
Oh my God.
That was like the same kid's birthday the following year. He always went to the cinema for his birthday. That was the thing.
I remember watching watching the show as a kid. You know, it was a show.
Yeah.
Was.
Okay. I only saw the film.
I was eating a slice of Kraft cheese. But anyway, nonetheless, here we are. It's going to be a full W send here from the Mad Lions, finding themselves with plenty of rifle, plenty of utility, and a lot of room to work with as they open up this A site. However, look behind him. Frozen is already behind him. He's got him kind of trapped in there. Now, this could be a fruitful move. You can't really push too far in there. That'd be way too aggressive. Surely they'd have some chance, some idea. Right now, this one has turned around. Mousesports right where they want to be.
Ooh, maybe not for long though, Trace, because there are kills coming back thick and fast in favor of the Mad Lions here. The utility usage has always been quite remarkable for them, and the shots even better from Robs. 1 versus 1 potentially here if Carrigan connects. He's done enough. The Desert Eagle of the in-game leader saves the day there. It comes right down to the wire. He has to flick around and get the 180 kill towards the bomb site, but no problem whatsoever. Carrigan will steal the round away. It took so much from them as well. Kills through smokes, collaterals with Deagles. They make it work, though, and find themselves to lead once again. Excuse me. Bomb planted and a force buy available on the T side once again, but won't be quite as powerful with the AK save for Carrigan, and we'll see what they can bring to the table here.
Great B spawn here for the Mad Lions. I'm sure they're going to try to capitalize on that with the 2 rifles that they do have in their arsenal. Make it a 3rd and an AWP. And the rest is just going to be with pistols here, the Deagle and a CZ. Meanwhile, Mousesports sending those 2 players over towards B. It's going to be Chris J and Rops on B duty. And rather than electing to go in fast, thick and pumped, they're going to slow it off and taper a lower B approach here, Henry.
They certainly will. Still a decent setup overall. The AWP, the 2 rifles. No armor, of course, on Acor, but the mid-split, we said we'd see a lot of these from the likes of Mad Lions. They are setting up for one right now. 3 towards the tunnels, 2 towards middle. Acor going to be boosted behind the smoke by the looks of things. See if we can get a look of the platform position. Rob's holding towards B right now, and you can see him looking over. Great little boost there. Just what they needed.
Not bad. Definitely what they needed to at least start to open up one of these bomb sites. So it's going to be B that they try to open up.
Yeah.
Chris J holding onto the window as best as he can. Mid-compromise, but not for long. Hunden falls. Still, the cross is going to come into the site. Mad Lions should be able to get this bomb planted. Looks like it's going to be a fast retake here. This can not prove to be a great thing. The side of Mousesports just frozen. 1 versus 3. He's got M4 in his hand. 2 kills in the round. But surely an insurmountable task ahead of him. He can't even find that last frag. And the swords are out. Zorro is out. And that is the bounce back for the Mad Lions.
It absolutely is, and quite a convincing one at that. Will Mousesports force by once again? I can see lots of keys being pressed at this point, suggest they probably have. We'll have a look at the setup. Is that a scout on the screen of Voxic? We'll have a look. Indeed it is. They have fully invested into the round 2-2. Mad Lions making a decent case for Dust2 so far. Shots being exchanged this time with the AWP. Acor. No damage inflicted. Hunter makes his way out of the long doors. Gets himself towards blue bin. You see that smoke on the corner. Always so valuable for buying space here. Carrigan surely will go down momentarily. He gets 1 for his troubles, but ultimately full control given to Mad Lions here towards long. Now, what is the reply? The rebuttal from Mousesports here. Normally be pushing towards upper B. You just don't really have much to work with here. A couple of Deagles and a Scout. Voxic if he gets them a kill or a tag, there'll be something to say about the round, but ultimately, a couple of smokes towards crossover. That's all they really have to do at this point. Flash, stay together, trade out kills. Shouldn't be much of a chance of multi-kills here for Mousesports whatsoever.
Nope, just holding on to what they got. Crossing in tandem. May retreat to the quad side there for Wox. He's going to get mollied out, smokes himself off, but ultimately gets sprayed to the box by Bubsky. And Molotov's going to push back. Frozen on Catwalk. 2 Deagles, no kids. Should they take some weapons away, that'll be somewhat of a stance to take in this round, but for the time being, they're going to have to back off. They have nowhere to go. They've left themselves not many options here as the bomb planted over in the A site. Another round for Mad Lions, and they're going to pull forward with a 3-2 lead.
Absolutely true. Mad Lions weren't sure what to expect here on Dust 2. Mousesports, after winning in overtime, we thought this would be where they can really sink their teeth in, but money has been an issue so far. These 4 spies worked out once for them after winning the pistol, but now we'll find themselves with a full eco. They'll save 2 Deagles. A couple of sets of Kevlar, helmet as well with Frozen, but doesn't really matter too much against the AKs. And we'll see ourselves now go forward into what should be USPs and a couple of Desert Eagles. And Mad Lions a chance to really get themselves in a promising position on the T side. But as we mentioned, we are seeing a lot of T side big score lines these days. With a fast-paced, spawn-based momentum you can actually build up. But this will be one of the more easier rounds. Not too challenging.
There's something satisfying about a nice quick boost that goes according to plan.
Well, because it goes wrong so often, you say these boosts be short, it's like 3 dudes bouncing around, a guy just ran all the way around, actually gets up before you. Yeah.
That's demoralizing at that point. Like, look at this guy.
So a nice little B approach here. We've seen this a few times with Mad Lions, that they're very good at reading the financial situation of Mousesports. Like, they know when it's safe to rush B. Like, if you've heard me commentate before, you know, like, if I say they're rushing B against CZ and Armor and Grenade, this is a death sentence. When you know they've just got USPs and they've saved a Deagle or 2, like, they're not going to buy incendiaries. They're probably not going to buy smokes. You can get in there. And it's exactly what they've done. No problem. Not necessarily the best call, but they've kept all 5 players alive. Frozen gets 1 potentially here. That's surely all we'll find with 1 player towards T-Spawn. Digging in the head, down to 1 HP. Might even survive that. Trying to dump his Molotov before he goes down.
But don't think it's going to happen. A-Court holding on to the lower. And it might be a little bit of chaos. No Frozen is made here. Almost a spray transfer. If he wasn't low, there was a world where that turns out.
That's kind of insane. The fact he was on 1 HP and ended up getting 3 kills in total, at least he keeps them modest.
Yeah.
I'm expecting a double orb setup eventually from Mousesports. They're not really in a position to do so. They can't even bring out 1 so far. They barely have a utility at this stage. You've got the M4s. Players focusing on helmets as well. Maybe Chris J and Frozen will be better off getting the flashes instead. We'll see if it works out for them as we enter the next round here. Good long spot for Bubsky. Always going to take this with the orb if you get it.
Triple flash mid.
The flashes are what pushes him back there.
Yeah. Long control. They're going to be playing 4 over there towards that A side to start the round. Escaping away will be that of Frozen. He finds himself postured towards CT. And Rops on his lonesome at B. Catwalk is going to be the avenue of approach thus far for the Mad Lions. And they're going to slow things down. Over a minute left on the clock. A good grenade there from the side of Mousesports. Going to land right directly on Hunden's head. In the meantime, long control still thoroughly in the hands of the Mousesports. Smoke execute, raining in from Catwalk. Now let's see what the Mad Lions can do here. They've given themselves the opportunity to at least get out towards elbow. Counter smoke coming into play here, and it's going to be Frozen as that first line of defense falls to Hunden. Woxic finding some success there, keeping him, as Henry would say, honest.
Oh, Henry might say that, you know. A double kill is just what the doctor ordered for Voxic here. 3 versus 2, bomb down, so plenty of time there. This orb headshot, if it connects, they're back in the round. Yeah. It all slows down for now.
Absolutely need that. Woxic dancing around over there on the A ramp. That bomb down in pretty weird position. Bubsky, though, the good angle, was able to take down Woxic.
Yeah, that actually stacks the odds in favor of Mad Lions here. You can see there's a player towards long, just at the M4, no utility. Same story for Robs. He's actually positioned towards the mid doors. They have no kits right now. This round has fallen apart for them, making noise as well on the jump up. Bubsky repositions, hearing that. He's on the other side of the smoke for now, and unless Rob somehow has some sort of premonition that he's going to be on the other side here, he is done for. Bubsky, you do get an advantage directly in the smoke. You get to get a bit more vision, like half a second before they do. And we'll see a 2-on-1. This looks impossible for Chris. He'll be falling back here towards the long doors. No kit, no utility. Another round in favor of Mad Lions. After Voxic gets 3 kills on the site, he's the only player that frags on the team.
Yeah, that's a rough one if you're Voxic to see it kind of dribble away like that. Drip too hard over there for the Mad Lions. They're putting 5 up on the board. Impressive start here in the first half of this second map of the series, the third series of the day here for the GG.bet. Ice Challenge out of London. This is the group stage. We will be moving over to the Excel Center. What would that
The Excel Center, that's right. It's a conference hall.
Okay.
It's ICE is the name of the big conference that's going on there. We're just going to be within it. We'll have our own big stand, which I've been told is significantly larger than last year.
I thought the Octagon was like a cool trade. I feel like maybe we get the computers out there and get these guys really going toe-to-toe in the Octagon.
Yeah, I think there's something there, actually. All these YouTuber boxing fights and stuff, we could definitely get an Octagon going for CSGO players. Might not be the best fights, but...
Definitely not the best fights. Probably not even entertaining now that I think about it, but will you watch it? Yes, probably.
You probably would. And Chris J manages to get one, the only player with a rifle, keeps him in contention for the round with a 3-on-3, but that's both weapons removed now, no chance of reclaiming them, and plenty of time on the clock. No real reason to panic if you're a Mad Lions player. Robs towards T-Spawn, though. Could this be a fly in the ointment? He has got them contained to the long doors for now. We have got Aiko watching towards top and middle. He will be taken down, though. If Robs comes in now... Okay. The angle is just enough so you can just see that corner. That's kind of sick, actually. He's ready for that. So good awareness from him. Rob's certainly had the opportunity to get a 1D there, but doesn't connect.
Yeah, you missed that op shot, and you're pretty much, you know, it's a done deal, especially if Rops would have had, you know, a rifle or something to spam through the door.
The only thing I can see right now, Voxic's position in Cubby, if he had a P250, maybe he gets 2 frags out of this. USP, he'll do well to get 1.
Yes, he will. They're not going to expect him just right away. They don't even clear this from the looks of it. They're not looking for him at all. Until now. Voxic tried to hold on, thought might have had that saving grace in the round here for the Mousesports, but so far it's just going to be Frozen who picks up an M4, and there's just not a world where this works out for him.
No, certainly not. No armor, no nades. Deagle, M4, might as well try and save it to the next round. If that's even a possibility, time will tell. Currently sat in CT spawn where the bomb ticks away in towards that B bomb site. Good stuff for Mad Lions. This is a solid game for them so far. You can see they've got a real good understanding of how to take long. Good smokes, very efficient flashbangs, good trading. They're not caught out of position with one player at any time. They're not having to rely on Hail Marys as running through middle, like you see some top teams do even to this day. So very controlled, very calm so far for Mad Lions. Enjoying this. Mousesports, we haven't seen them have a real full buy yet. The rounds they have had, M4s across the board. 1 AWP. Their final form on this map is having 2 AWPs, all the grenades, and they have momentum behind them. They can start taking some risks. There's the first AWP. Do we get the second from Chris, who can afford it?
Surely.
With the pause as well, I would say it should be a lock-in. Like it's what almost every top team will do on Dust 2 when they have the cash double AWP set up. It's just because it's so required these days. It's so difficult to hold on to the A side, especially the long factor and the spawn. We talked about the long spawn that can come through.
So where do you play your 2 options? Are you saying potentially long?
Long, challenging long at the start, then going to car or the bomb side, then you're playing B window or in the B side, allowing you to have 1 player on that side. Hopefully he's going for 1 kill, fending them off, buying time. It just means you can be a bit more combative at the start of the rounds and during the mid stages as well. You're not just sitting back in crossfires where they can swarm you. You actually have a bit more sustainability in the round. So there it is. The secondary AWP comes through. Voxic, known for his A side play. We want to see him get boosted up towards short now, though. He wants to start getting stuck in and showing that he's a dominant force. Considered to be the best sniper in the world on Dust 2. Not officially, by any means.
In fact,
might not even... to be honest with you, just something I hate to say, but...
Might not be true at all.
Something to bear in mind.
Yes, that's Henry Greer, everyone. You can reach out to him, whatever method you need to, whatever medium for the time being.
MySpace is making a big comeback.
Is it now?
Yeah.
Is that where the next streaming platform is? MySpace. Counter-Strike moving to MySpace. You heard it here first. Henry really breaking down that wall. And we're going to see what is, well, a 1 versus 2 here. Rops and Chris J, they do now have that intel.
It's a dicey one, these. Sure, you got a 2-on-1, but the way he does 2, it's spaced out. Like, you either stay together or you play a bomb side each. And right now, it's neither. 1 towards middle, just being dinged. That's Chris J. Luckily for him, he'll remain on 63 points of power. We can see.
So much time.
There is a lot of time, isn't there?
Yeah, really. Could run a couple laps around here. Either way, it's going to be this A site peak. Rops not expecting it at all. Gets shot in the back and almost the second kill there on the Chris. Yeah, this one is getting a little dirty, a little grimy here.
I think he's done enough because he knows his options are pretty much short CT spawn. Why would he go CT? And there it is. He just flies up there. And it will be Roy with the final kill. 7-2. A 2-on-1 victory there. The first real round, they can bring out that full buy. We talked about a double AWP setup, all the bells and whistles to go with it. It doesn't work out for them. They had the lead and just maybe overcommitting to these scenarios. They didn't wait for him to plant. They're actively challenging and taking damage, losing players. And it'll be another pause here. I don't know who's called by. I would assume Mousesports, but Mad Lions being a tactical team, as we mentioned, there's no reason why you can't take pauses when you win rounds as well. The odds now starting to shift in favor of Mad Lions, brought to you by csgo.bet. You can see 1.64 on towards them, so they are now the favorites.
200% to deposit.
Sorry?
Get 200%.
Oh, right.
Deposit. I had to squint up there, but I saw it. You know, I can read, I can write sometimes.
Yeah. So I assume there's some sort of code or referral option. Yeah. You get 200%. Terms and conditions apply, I'd imagine. So look into that.
Make sure you look into the small print, as always, with anything that you do in life.
And it's 18 plus.
Yes, obviously, gamble responsibly.
Yeah, so there we go. That's all the admin done and dealt with. We have an AWP here for Voxic. And will it be enough? Will he be able to find opening kills on full ecos? He's the sort of player that can make this work, and they're trying to shut him down now! And they better make sure they don't miss. The bomb goes down in the B bomb site here, and he hasn't missed a single shot so far. This is absolutely superb. Mad Lions have been relying on this side of the map when they've actually been up against these ecos. Finally, Voxic with the AWP, he's in the right position and shows us what he's made of there. Yep. Great work.
Picks himself up a 4K there on that round, and Mousesports really need them. They really need to start bringing it back here in this first half of play. However, with the rounds that they've stacked up already, Mad Lions are going to be able to get another buy in there. You take a look again at what Voxic was able to accomplish in his solo B hold. You can tell his teammates rotating in, getting some nades over there to try to help him. He didn't really need it. He's got AWP. What were you guys thinking throwing all those utility?
It's such a classic play, like your sniper. Oh, just before we get into it, the B rush, they're taking a lot of damage here. They need to find a quick kill upon arrival to make it worthwhile. I don't think they've got it. They've got stifled in towards that tunnel position. Now it's down to the AWP with just 1 point of health. There's a little split there coming in. I like that, I have to say. But now just one player remaining, a call with the AWP. And just 24 points of health. The nade, it might be dropped on his head here. It will just sink over. That's enough to kill him. And there it is. It will be a touchdown, and we'll see Frozen to defuse the bomb. No problem whatsoever. A B rush, I don't mind that. You're just trying to change the pace up. You know, you've got double orbs now. All it takes is one missed orb shot. You went B in the previous round. It's unlikely that they'll be thinking, oh, you'll go B straight away into the next one. But Mousesports more than ready for it. Vox has actually saved the day here. They lost that round when he had the AWP and USPs. This would have spiraled out of control.
Really, that round could have meant a little bit different, given how that mid player, you know, with the split. Obviously, he's only able to get one, but should he get one or two, maybe three more, then that's pretty much a good round there for the Mad Lions. Either way, they do get the bomb down, and they're not so quick to jump into a buy. We do see another timeout coming through, I suppose, for the Mad Lions, who are going to get that buyout now. One ump, some rifles to the side. Meanwhile, Mousesports going to start stacking cash. They've got quite a bit in the bank so far. What's a little more, Henry?
What's a little more indeed? Let's keep stacking the cash. If it ever arrives, in some cases,
who knows?
Who knows? Round 12. And we'll see if this is where Voxic can continue his dominance of the AWP. 7K to his name, single orb setup this time, and a bit faster pace for Mad Lions with the mid procedure. Getting there up towards shore. Looks like a B split to me, though, the way they're posturing back towards the double doors here. Flashbang to go through to flush out any close-range players. Maybe a Molotov to double down on that fact. But Frozen with the AK-47. That's
my God.
One of the bravest moves I've seen today. Jumping across that angle with a nade in hand as well, with no smoke down at the doors. You got to be feeling lucky.
Full send.
Yeah, he sent it. Didn't work out for him. But Carrigan sending it as well. This could actually be an impressive maneuver. He needs 2 kills, though. 3 available. 1, 2. That's enough.
The DM
2
session.
will do.
That could have definitely been 4.
Yeah, it could have been, but like you needed at least 2. Yeah. It might be enough to win the round here.
Just might. Keeping him honest. Keeping him right back into the game. So far, that bomb's going to be in lower B. Chris J is going to be there to respond with the M4 headshot onto Hunden. 2v3. Chris J really low at the outset of that skirmish. Bubsky wants to find the frag through the door. Doesn't do it. Meanwhile, Rob's playing real close. He's not going to come out there with the headshot. In fact, that's going to be the B bomb site wide open for the taking.
Yeah, great Molotov, I should say, towards the window as well. That's a guaranteed kill from Bubsky of the AWP. This round has fallen on its ass. Mousesports were in control. Robs with a very committed position towards the tunnels has actually cost in the round there. No chance of reclaiming it, and it's fantastic work there from Mad Lions. Like the utility as well, bouncing the Molotov towards the window, smoking the door. You've already got a 2-on-2. They're locked out, guaranteed the plant. They're going to have to take some risks. They have to start pushing through, and that's exactly what happened. It's going to be 8-4. Mousesports give one up after looking very promising at the start of that round. Voxic still has the AWP. Chris J has the funds to buy a glass cannon. Carrigan might be better off dropping him one. Carrigan can use the AWP himself as well. Robs with 4,400.
How many timeouts are we looking at here, Henry?
You're entitled to 4 per half, or per map, I should say, per team, and it feels like we are draining them quite rapidly. I'm not sure who's called this one.
All the timeouts.
Yeah, but I'd assume Mousesports after giving that round up. Rob's still yet to buy. Brings in the final M4. It's just Carrigan using the silence weapon.
Respect.
Yeah, I love it.
It is very satisfying to hit long-range shots with that.
Ding, ding, especially on maps like Train. Like, if you're playing like sneaky positions, it can give you that extra half second to get that second kill.
Name my
very underrated.
My M4, the silence one, Peter Dinklage.
That's pretty good.
You know,
it's a Game of Thrones thing, right? You've done that.
Well, I mean, he is an actor outside.
Yeah,
I mean, he's not.
That's all I know him for, though. I assume it's a Game of Thrones thing.
Well, you were a big fan. I know you watched the entire series.
I've seen the last episode.
Nice, man.
I've seen that.
What, 7, 8 seasons?
Yeah.
Saw the last episode. All right.
The ultimate spoiler.
Yeah, I watched a movie last night. It was Uncut Gems.
Oh, I've seen that twice. That's great.
Yeah, it's an interesting
That's
one.
a good one.
It's not what I expected at all, period.
Adam Sandler kills it.
He does. Definitely some plot twist in there. I'd invite you all to give it a watch. Of course, if you are of age, rather obscene movie in some gestures.
That's a great film. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Nonetheless, the film that's playing in front of us, Movie Time with the Mad Lions and Mousesports. It looks like it's going to be a B hit here. Tucked away into the closet is going to be Chris J. And towards the back of the sights will be Rops, who will be that first point of contact. Should Mad Lions step out and put it out there towards the B site?
Well, 8-4 right now. So much success found towards this B side of the map. It's a nightmare to hold on to it. But Chris J, almost ended into a dream at that point. But once again, it's the mid to B split. It's just too much for them. They've got nothing toward that mid position.
Yeah, they get out there every time when they want to.
Uncontested.
It's pretty wild, actually.
Like, perfectly played from Mad Lions. The fact they're getting plays through the door, the CT's having to react to that fact, they've got no real vision or information that's happening, suggests the Mad Lions have deployed the perfect strategy, really.
Like, at what point, if you're Mousesports, you say, you know what? I'm kind of tired of dying to the guy I never even see.
Yeah, because you're so worried about the prospect of long. You haven't put 3 players there anyway. Like, Dust 2 is kind of broken in that sense. That's a big kill.
Peace.
We'll get back to that later. Hundred, though, the in-game leader in a really difficult spot there. He was okay for 1 kill. They should have been winning that round, to be honest, considering how well they did to get in towards a bomb site there. Shouldn't be going down to an M4 from the tunnels. It happens, I suppose, sometimes, but you could play that a lot more defensively, get the information, buy time instead of going for the straight-up kill. But this is all in perfect 2020 hindsight. Of course, I would have played a bit more duck and weavy style at that point. But still, that's going to be Mousesports somehow bringing that round back to life. It looked like it was done. And it's a significant one as well. That's actually broken the back, sure, at the very tail end of the game, but it might actually yield them 1 guaranteed round here, as Mad Lions will have to take pretty much full eco. No armor, a few upgraded pistols, a couple of smokes and flashes, that's about it. And a perfect mid-play there. Falls apart the last few moments.
Real chance for Mousesports to put 7 on the board going into the later stages of this half. For the time being, it's going to be Woxic with the opening kill of the round. Not much to show here for the side of Mad Lions. Some Glocks, 1 P250 still on the board. And they are really going to have to get creative here. Woxic doesn't seem to be slowing down. Kerrigan there to clean it up. The mess has been contained, and it's going to be the Mousesports who put up a 6th. And as we go to the last round, really would probably like to pick this one up.
You would think so, considering how rough of a half it's been for them. You can see that right bang in the middle. 6 rounds in a row given up to Mad Lions, who just looked way too comfortable. The money was a real issue for Mousesports. That really can happen on Dust 2, though. You can play the perfect game, you just lose one of those key rounds where the money gets absolutely wrecked and you're just on M4s across the board for a few. That's when the T's can start running away with the game. Good shot coming through, and it doesn't quite get the kill. I say that on the repeat. Apparently, he gets the wall bang and takes Hunden down. As we'll see, Frozen now challenged towards short. Doesn't miss many shots like that. And that's going to be a 5 versus 3. Now, I need to batten down the hatches here. Make sure they're working in crossfire mentalities. No one needs to challenge choke points. No one needs to be a hero at this stage. All 3 players from Mad Lions will be focused toward long. They have 2 smokes to the cross. 1 minute 25 on the clock here. Might as well see what Agicor can do with the AWP. They need him to work a pick, at least one, before they can really commit to the side. Flash to get in towards the pit position, just to avert the gaze of any sniper on the other side. And then a smoke landing towards the middle of the crossover, I'd imagine, with the 1. Well, they have got 2 going in. So with the left and the right. Oh, it's actually not looking too bad in terms of timings. They've got a cross. Carrigan, he sneaks through. That's more than enough. The fact he got 1 there just increases their chances of winning the round. As we see, Bubsky desperately trying to make his way towards the site. Incendio will buy even more time. The Molotov will at least enable a plant, I would say.
Frozen's going to play around in that Molotov just a little bit. But ultimately, this bomb will get planted. 2v4, holding on for dear life. A-Court and Bubsky. Leg there onto Wox. It's going to leave him in pretty bad shape, 17 HP, but don't worry, he's got some teammates there to help him. A nice shot from A-Court to Frozen there towards the elbow. And ultimately traded out, and the end of the round is here. The end of the half as well, 8-7. Still in favor of the Mad Lions.
Yes, a very good half of Counter-Strike, I have to say. I was impressed with Mad Lions with what they were putting down there on the T side. Nice splits, good executions, pretty much exactly what we expected. Mousesports got their work cut out for them as they trail 8-7 going to that second half. But remember, Dust 2, a little bit T-biased these days. Now, I'm going to say it one more time. Didn't work out last time. We have got a break scheduled, but do we go to one? That is the big question here. Production, what would you like me to do? I can do whatever you want. I'm a man of many skills and talents.
What would you say your most...
My biggest talent?
Like your biggest attribute, yeah.
My face, I would say, and that's not saying much.
Talent? Or like
yeah, well, luckily I was born with that, you know?
Yeah,
but that's got me through most of my life. You know, like, whatever things just go wrong, you got a pretty decent face. You'll be able to, like, most people like you are going to be fine.
You know, weirdly enough, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, like, you're going to land on your feet, whatever happens.
They say that attractive people do well in life. I guess that applies to you, Henry. Not real sure. What does apply to this round is the fact that Mad Lions find themselves in a deficit.
No break. We found out. It still has started.
There's no break here. In fact, right back into it. Yeah. Right to the thick of it.
So
look at this play here from the Mad Lions. They want to push into lower. Oh, my God. What a shot. Woxic's going to be feeling that one in the morning.
That was relentless here. 3-on-3. Schuster will be getting a decent flashbang, and that's the shot. Oh, the bomb just trickles out of the side as well. That couldn't have gone any worse on Mousesports, really. Chris J, brave. He actually grabs it in response. This is the kill that really decides the round, and there it is. A couple of them quickly in favor of Mad Lions. They'll take another pistol here as they'll go up 9-8, or 9-7, I believe, I should say. There's Robster with Chris J. Big round for them. Kill toward the tunnels doesn't come through. It all falls apart. Bomb trickling out as well. That was a nightmare. Chris J did well to even pick it up. No plan, though. 4 spy will come in. Scouts and Deagles. They've won these rounds before. They did it in the first half, but then lost the third. Damn, okay.
Playing with fire. Oh, that's a bad feeling, too. You know when you're out. You know when you're out there, that flash comes through, you just get, you know, absolutely pulverized. Chris J's going to be out there with the Deagle to do it to him. Spam coming through the smoke from that FAMAS. Ultimately, Chris J will be that first guy to the inside of Mousesports, trying to clean it up. They're going to get this bomb planted. Should be no problem. There you have it. The turnaround. They come back there from Mousesports. They are able to spin it back in their favor. Now they're going to be able to full commit, monetarily speaking. No AWP there for Chris.
Certainly not. Scouts only, and that's the way he likes it. They call him the Flying Dutchman for a reason, Chris.
Yeah.
And he'll show us what he can do with the weapon here.
I took a taxi in Amsterdam once, and this guy goes, yeah, there's this Dutch player. He's he's really good. I'm like, oh, you know who? Just like, yeah, he cut all his hair off. He's a bald guy. I'm like, Chris?
He's talking about Chris?
That's I think Chris had more of a buzz.
Yeah, he did have a buzz at one point in his life, didn't he? That's funny.
He said he hadn't played Counter-Strike in a while, and he plays Dust 2 when he does. So It's like, all right, man. Well, it's nice riding with you. Thank you so much. And that'll be the end of that.
Listen, you of Counter-Strike. It's always nice as a reference point. It's not Call of Duty.
Yeah, anything's better than that, right? So, anyway, there you go. Even game, 9-9. And what was a round that was kind of like a trash round. Even going into this one, we still don't see a good buy from the side of Mad Lions. Financial woes, even if you consider it. Meanwhile, stacking the cash, it's going to be that of Mousesports.
That was the force buy from Mad Lions, just to know. It felt like an eco, but that was them investing everything. They now have to be on the back foot here. USPs, no armor, no nades. It's one of those rounds where you really can't be bothered to even participate in it.
Just run out middle. Here we go.
I love this one. You're making the call that no one's crossed a B, but you've got all 5 players there. So you're hoping that it's the straight-up rush B. They'll commit. And if they have one flash, which they don't, you can then flash through the doors and then like try and shut down the B rush. They're going to push middle off it. So it's a cool idea, like just to kind of suggest no one's gone to one side of the map. But either way, it will be lovely work from Frozen. He gets 3. Difficult to keep up with all the frags in the top right there. Robs will take down the penultimate player, and there it is. Nice shot from Frozen to get himself 4 kills in the round. So a nice idea from Mad Lions, but it's going to be double digits from Mousesports to kick things off.
So that is exactly the CT, the CT eco strat that is famous in matchmaking. You smoke suicide, run up middle, hope for the best, and if the round ends fast, don't worry. Nothing was really invested, you know? It's just...
If you get a couple of kills, it gets a bit exciting. And what have we got here? Odds, once again, Trace. It's going to be Mad Lions, I would say 1.33. Yeah, that's about fair. Mousesports now back in favor from GG.bet, of course. Making this all possible. It's going to be a long event this time. We just had the weekend last year.
Yeah.
We've got 2 days of group play, day off, and then we're bringing it right back at the Excel Center with a crowd, a proper stage set up as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. Make sure you stay tuned.
Yes. We are quite some ways away from the Excel Center.
We are. This is just a warm-up. Getting you excited.
Would you say you live closer to the Excel place?
No, I live about equidistant between the two of them.
Nice.
So about an hour away from both. Yeah. So
well, nice.
Not ideal.
We'll get you on a bus. We'll get you over there. Not a big problem. The tube, I think they call it. Nonetheless, here we go. That investment from the Mad Lions needs to pay off in this round. We're going to see Mousesports start to slip away, and that's exactly what we're going to see as they slip their way into B site. Rops really opening things up there.
Oh, that was last bullet sort of territory there.
Yes, it was.
Okay. Well, round still falls apart. This is absolutely bananas at this point. Dust 2 is always a lot of fun to watch, but this is something quite special. Mousesports are just like, you know what? We can beat them in every single duel. We just keep the pace high. Don't let them restructure, reposition.
Don't even let them think.
Exactly.
You know, that's really a tactic that some teams you could see come out when they do have the shots, when they can't hit them.
Teams like FaZe, when they were at the peak of their Dust 2 tenure, whenever things started to go wrong for them, they just send Nico out the mid doors, right? Because someone is so good at finding those opening picks. It's a map that lends itself to that. If you can just break through and not get all to the very start of the round, it can be very loosey-goosey. You can get away with those sort of plays. And Mousesports will lose Robs at the end. It's a little bit unfortunate.
Interesting.
Yeah. I thought it was done for sure. I don't know the exact amount of damage there you can take, but apparently it's more than 70. So there we go.
Yeah, man.
It's going to be 11-9 and maybe a double up setup here. What's the money like? Not too good, actually. Another eco. Saving one weapon. Echo, though, we saw what Voxer can do with a saved sniper on Dust 2. Does he challenge towards middle? You don't see many snipers go for this pick unless they're boosted at the back. They've got so many little tricks. They have got, like, 4 frags this series just through like boosts over smokes and little flashes they've got that no one's expecting, so that's really cool to see. But it is enough to win the round. You can see Chris J trying to react to this prospect by getting his way up towards short as quickly as possible. Buzz through the long crossover, and at this stage is trying to overwhelm the CTs here. Molotov's down. They've got full A control. Is the bomb there? It's actually got Robs on the other side of the map. He's going to be pushing him towards B. Bomb will be planted. Not feeling too safe about it. Like, if that does go down, it's a bit of a problem. And Robs now looking for the big backstab. This should be a couple of kills at least.
Oh, yeah. Look at this. He's got it all day long here. He's going to be able to take that off out. Tap away that bomb, though. This could be a pretty bad thing. 4 versus 1. Rops is going to have to get in there and stop this defuse immediately.
He's got a Molotov. Could happen. He Molotovs to bomb right now. Oh, no, I don't think he can. Late. Too late, unfortunately. Good try.
Oh, the nade.
Wow. Okay, the nade follow-up did change things, and he gets the 4th kill as well. It's unfortunate. There it is, another eco victory, this time falling in favor of Mad Lions. A 10-second defuse to kick it off as well. It's a nice idea from Robs. The backstab towards B, like you said, guaranteed a couple of kills there, which he got. Unfortunately, with the bomb going down in the position it was, not really much he could do there. Hunden repositioning the plant with the jump shots there. Might have actually won them the round. Double up set up on the CT side. 10 to 11. Second, potentially final map here. It's a pick at Mousesports.
Yes, coming up after this will be Navi taking on Godsent. Now that Navi project,
we haven't seen Godsent for a while.
Haven't even heard Godsent in a while. Stico, Crystal, Makalele.
That's them.
Yes, that is them. And Navi, of course.
I haven't seen their play at all. I've seen them on social media winning games. I haven't watched anything yet, so that's cool to see them back.
Would like to see how Perfecto fits in within the Navi lineup and how that's going to continue to unfold as a story. We obviously had a lot of good looks and got a lot of good hope there for the Navi side. But ultimately, as this round shapes up, this has gone well in the way of Mousesports. They haven't even gotten to the bomb site yet.
Not yet. But it's looking very good. 1 minute on the clock, you got a 4-on-2. And that kill, not going to be traded. Roy doing absolutely everything there, but he knows he's low. They know it as well. Short plant coming in, they still have the man advantage. As we get into 2-on-1 scenario here, Shush will be waiting. Rob's trying his luck towards the B pincer once again. Krieg in hand, and body removed. It's going to be Roy with just 6 health towards long, holding the pair, exit frags. The name of the game here, not really much else he can offer, as he'll see if he can upgrade to an AWP potentially here, but the money is going to start to be drained. You can see Acor, Bubsky fully invested in that round.
Okay.
Roy not far behind with the 1 kill he found, $600. Nice work. Gets himself another 300 there. And no real reason to challenge him. It's such a difficult shot. He'll just take you down. So he'll survive on 6 HP, gets himself 2 frags, saves the incendiary, the smoke as well. That might be enough to yield a buy here. Find himself another Krieg, why not? So he can drop a single M4. They could buy an AWP and Deagle's around it. This is definitely worth a pause. It's one of those rounds where if you do buy, it could be deciding your fate of the overall series at this point. They've already lost a map. This is a very big round. If you do go in with the AWP here, that could cost you the whole thing. Or you take a partial buy around this Krieg, knowing you still have a chance to win the round, but you have a full buy going forward. So those are their 2 options. With the Deagle just given to Shush there, I would say they're going to take a partial around this, which I would say in terms of the big picture, that's the best option for them. They're a more tactical team. They're not trying to win out by sitting rounds away. They'd rather win or lose with their fully equipped players.
If you're Mad Lions, you also need to find an answer for Rops. This guy's coming here, and I think in the last round, at the end of the round, he comes to 21 frags. This guy's certainly doing exactly what he needs to do over there on the side of Mousesports, and obviously was one of the top players of HLTV.org this past year, and rightfully so. He's no longer a budding young star, but just a star, maybe a shooting one at that.
A shooting star. That's what they need at this point.
Oh boy.
Well then.
Quite the spend of money here for Mad Lions.
Just that Krieg. They've got a kit though, and the walk into the tightest choke point on the map. You've got to be feeling brave again for this one. Chris J certainly is. Gets the first. There's no rifle to be seen on the bomb site, so they should be absolutely fine. Burning to a crisp here and taken out. It's going to be Robs to find a very important kill there. And all they have to do is fall back here. Frozen knows it. Don't want to give anything up. Don't give them anything to work with going forward. That's clinical.
That's the end of that.
That's really nice and Frozen there. I always love it when he turns up. He's such a fantastic player. When he's on, no one can stop him. Individual duels, you're not going to beat him. He's too quick, too powerful.
He's super quick, yeah.
And very precise. As we're getting that double AWP set up, pretty much the last chance here for Mad Lions. Like we said, it was do or die time in the previous round. If they went for the full investment there, lost that round, game was pretty much over. They decided to go for this option instead. A full double sniper setup here. Acor, the star player, with Bubsky as well. Another big name within the ranks. And you'll see faster player towards short. Chris J, the first kill, actually does go in his favor, I suppose. He gets the trade, that's all they need. It favors the tease, but the nade certainly doesn't. Carrigan swallows it whole and doesn't seem to be dissuading him too much from middle as they push towards B. The AWP to push his position as well. I think he gets the kill. Drops. He said he was looking good today, and that's exceptional.
Well, he's got that idea now, and plus he's got the information. The 2 pushed in the tunnels. So now that gives them the chance to kind of pincer right here into the B site. Bomb still tucked very safely back off into the tunnels with Woxic, and that missed shot is not going to help the side of Mad Lions. In fact, that is going to be that sort of bounce back that he needed, just holding on for dear life in the backside. Not sure how he's still alive, but that's going to come to an end. And right now, Frozen with the great positioning.
He does enough damage there. Like, he brings it into a 1 versus 1 for short. It's a full plan for Voxic. Oh my god.
Just, you know what? I'm going for that.
That's sick.
In the open, too,
Yeah, he gives himself the best possible plant and keeps challenging as well.
The kahunas!
Yeah. This is a big battle. We haven't seen many 1v1 AWP challenges so far.
Oh boy.
This will be the ultimate one. If Acor can win this, he saves the day. Has he got the kit, though? He does. On inside the smoke now, rattling off shots. Pistols haven't been drawn just yet, and now Voxic's joining in the fun. He sits in the smoke as well. This is an absolute nightmare. Who will get spotted first? It looks like it's going to be Acor. He's got the defuse as well, I believe. It's a white screen, but he has got it done, and we will see it come down to the 1 versus 1. Voxic, very, very aggressive there, ultimately spotted as the smoke dissipates, and we'll see an 11th board on the round on the board for Mad Lions.
I mean, he kind of mind-gamed himself there, right? I mean, I think the idea there was he thought he jumped up on the platform. Obviously, that's just not the case. You're both hanging out in the same smoke, basically.
Yeah, and the 1v1 AWP as well is so interesting because he hasn't even touched the bomb and you're getting that close as well. It was very, very close. The fact that it goes to a 1 versus 1, though, you can see how that's affected the CTs going forward. MP5s, MP9s, UMPs.
That's rough.
And the saved AWP. Lose this round, GG, like, no doubt in my mind. Acor needs to step up here. He needs a massive performance, and currently he holds towards middle. No opening frag from this time, but he's being a little bit more combative at the start of the round, trying to open things up, using the smoke and the baited player towards the doors as he fades away if required. Oh, great shot.
Later.
Gets his revenge.
That's exactly what that was. Acor, again, a player that has certainly been a shining light over there on the side of Mad Lions. Winning that last round, keeping them in the fight here, giving them 11. Still 13 for Mousesports. And as the time passes, Hunden gets caught with a grenade out, and the entirety of this A defense is going to fall as well. Kerrigan wants to play in the party. 5v1. Make it 5v none. 14 to 11. That was a surgical round there for Mousesports, able to just really catch them on all fronts, out in the open.
And now you're left with $3,000. You're 14-11 down. You've lost your first map. You're really not looking in a good position. This is about as bad as it gets now. You're just like, right, do we partially buy? Then we don't really have the full for the next round. We've got Roy with the P250 armor combo. That if he does well with that, fair play to him. I don't think it's going to be the difference maker here. They've gone for 4 players towards the mid doors. They're going to try and push through here. Like we said, we've seen this before. They're trying to focus their efforts towards lower B. Voxic spotted absolutely everyone and now started to connect some shots as well. The Krieg surely gets a couple here as it fends them off towards the top of middle, but Voxic taking everyone for himself. 5 versus 3 now. They're absolutely done for. It's going to be series points here for Mousesports with 4 in the bag as buffer.
A buffer, yes sir, and a pause to buffer it even more. 15-11, series point, as Henry Greer said. If you're just joining us, you're a little late to the party. This could potentially be the last round of the map, much less the last round of the series, before we jump into a little bit of Navi action. That's going to be coming up after this, the last best of 3 of the day. This is the GG.bet Ice Challenge 2020 here in London. I think I'm going to get a tattoo of Union Jack while I'm here.
Yeah,
my
quite a political statement right now, actually.
Well,
so that would be.
it's more so, you know, my 23andMe told me that, you know, I'm kind of like British, but also not at the same time. So,
right.
Yeah.
I'm down. I can recommend some shops if you want.
Yeah.
I would recommend against the idea, but if you want to do
you know, you're probably onto something.
Yeah.
If you know, you being that elder, I guess, within this group, probably.
I think I am. I think Jason's the oldest in the group, but
probably.
I'm second in command, I think.
Well, I said elder, not like man.
Okay,
it's more like.
All right.
So I've been reading this book called Tribe. Okay?
Yeah, I've meant to be reading that, to be honest.
Oh, really? Yeah. You're part of a book club and you're not even participating. Why am I not even surprised at this point?
I'll finish it this week, don't worry.
Sure you will.
I'll bash it out.
It's easy reading, though. It's a good read, and it really is a different perspective. I'm going to have to go ahead and influence all the viewers to check that out as well. The book is called Tribe. It's by Sebastian Younger. Boom.
This could be the final round, though, Trace.
Yes, it could.
Acor trying to step up. He's already managed to get them an advantage here, but is it going to be enough to actually close things out? Good short control here from Mousesports. The bomb goes down and it acts like a 5th man of sorts. Bomb should be planted, no problem. Even the jump shots will be difficult at this stage. They've got short and mid control. Shush, though. Oh, I think he might be out positioned here. Robs has no idea, though.
Barrel hanging out a little bit?
I think Robs goes down for sure.
You're so mad if you're Bubsky.
Yup.
So mad.
That's sick.
That is where the Mad Lions do eat the cheese. They do fall into the trap. And these cats, well, not the tree they wanted to climb up for. Not going to be catching up to the Mouse today. In fact, 16-11, we're going to see the conclusion of the series. Mousesports did get pushed around a little bit there. We saw overtime in the first map, and then we go to the second one. As you can tell, it does end in their favor, and we do see the conclusion.
Yeah, he's got the Kobe shirt on and the number as well. Respect.
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 You got to put some respect on Kobe's name.
You do.
That was a very sad state of affairs. Not to bring the vibe down, but also I don't think it's something that anybody we've talked about. We haven't talked about it. He's a very influential guy, or was.
Absolutely. And I don't think we should shy away from the whole Kobe thing in CSGO either. Like the grenades and stuff. I think we should celebrate it and what he did for the overall of sports, esports, basketball, everything. I think it's great.
But I do agree 100% that if you do say Kobe, you actually have to do something successful.
You do.
Like
you have to be nailing
You have to get the kill. This isn't just, we just threw a grenade. Oh, okay. We're not doing that. No. What we will do, though, I believe, is go to a break, Henry?
I think we'll go to a break and probably have about half an hour, maybe 20 minutes, work things out with the next teams. We have another series coming up right after this one, which is going to be between, you said it earlier, do you remember?
Yes. I
do.
Go on. You just put me on the spot like that.
Navi.
It's going to be Navi. First of all, we talked about Perfecto, and then we also talked about Makalele's team over there and what they can do. Yeah, Godsend.
Navi versus Godsend coming up very shortly. Halvor will be commentating with Vendetta. You'll probably just be chilling out somewhere. I'll still be here. We'll see you there.